Welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed and here I am with the latest and updated news for Tuesday 23 May 2023. New sanctions will make sure Russia pays a price. Rishi Sunak has said he wants to ensure Russia pays a price for the war in Ukraine after announcing new sanction targeting Russia export. Speaking to the BBC's Chris Mason at the G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan, the Prime Minister said he was leading the way with new sanctions on Russia. He said he hoped other countries would follow suit. Russian diamond import to the UK are among the items that will be banned by the government. The Russian diamond industry was worth $4 million, which is 3.2 billion pounds in export in 2021. Russian origin copper, aluminium and nickel import will also be blocked under legislation to be introduced later this year. Mr. Sunak told to the BBC, "We believe in democracy, freedom, the rule of law, and it's right that we stand up for those things." G20 summit, India hosts tourism meet in Kashmir amid tight security. India is holding a key G20 tourism meeting in Kashmir amid heightened security and opposition from China. The working group meeting is being held in Srinagar, the summer capital of the Federal Administrative Territory, from Monday to Wednesday. This is the biggest international event organized in the region since India scrapped its special status in 2019. Over 60 delegates from G20 member countries are expected to attend the event. China, however, he said it will not attend, citing its firm opposition to holding any kind of G20 meeting in disputed territory. The BBC has emailed India's foreign ministry for its response to China's statement. Both India and Pakistan claim Kashmir in full but control only parts of it. The nuclear-armed neighbor have already fought 2 wars and a limited conflict over the region. In April, Pakistan, which is not a G20 member, had criticized India's decision to hold the meeting in Kashmir, calling it an irresponsible move. India, however, said that it was natural to hold G20 event and meeting in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, which are an integral and inalienable part of the country. BBC gets India court summons in defamation case over Modi film. An Indian court has issued a summons to the BBC in a defamation case over its documentary on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. According to report in the Indian media, the Delhi High Court on Monday issued the summons to the British broadcaster for its documentary film that questioned Modi's leadership during the 2002 Gujarat riots, in which at least 1,000 people were killed, most of the Muslims. Activists put the death toll at more than twice that number. Modi was the chief minister of the western state of Gujarat from 2001 to 2014, the year he won the national election and became the prime minister. The defamation suit filed by a non-profit based in Gujarat state the documentary India, the Modi question that aired earlier this year, cast a slur of India's reputation and that of its judiciary and the prime minister. The suit was filed on the basis that the documentary maliciously defamed India, said Siddharth Sharma, an advocate for the non-profit justice on trial. Sharma said the court issued a summons to the BBC with the next hearing set for September 23. A BBC spokesperson said, "We are aware of the court proceeding. It would be inappropriate to comment further at this stage." The summons came months after Indian tax officials inspected the BBC office in New Delhi and Mumbai in February, and the Financial Crime Agency opened an investigation into the broadcaster in April for alleged violation of foreign exchange rules. The tax authority said it found evidence of undisclosed income in a record of an international media company without naming the BBC. A government advisor said the inspection was not vindictive. Modi has denied accusation that he did not do enough to stop the riots, and a Supreme Court order investigation found no evidence to prosecute him. A petition seeking a new investigation was dismissed by the Supreme Court last year. The government called the documentary, which was banned in India, a biased propaganda piece and blocked sharing of any clip from it on social media. The BBC has previously said it does not have an agenda and has stood by its reporting for the documentary. More than 100 people died in communal clashes in central Nigeria. Intercommunal conflict has killed hundreds of people in recent years in Nigeria, ethnically and religiously diverse Middle Belt region. Meta fined $1.3 billion over transfer of Europe user data to the US. Facebook owner Meta has been fined a record 1.2 billion euros for transferring Europe user data to the United States, Ireland regulatory says. The Irish Data Protection Commission, which acts on behalf of the European Union, said on Monday that the European Data Protection Board ordered it to collect an administrative fine. In response, Meta said it was disappointed to have been singled out and the ruling was flawed, unjustified, and sets a dangerous precedent to the countless other companies. The ability for data to be transferred across borders is fundamental to how the global open internet works, Meta President of Global Affairs Nick Clegg and Chief Legal Officer Jennifer Newstead said on a blog post. Thousands of business and other organizations rely on the ability to transfer data between the Europe and the US in order to operate and provide service that people use every day. We intend to appeal both the decision substance and its orders, including the fine, and will seek a stay through the court to pause the implementation deadline, they said. This is the largest fine imposed under the General Data Protection Regulation. In 2021, Amazon was fined 746 million euros in Luxembourg for breaching the block's data protection law. China bars operate from buying chips from US tech firm Micron. China's cyberspace regulator says the product made by US memory chip maker Micron Technology have failed its network security review, and it would bar operator of key infrastructure from making purchases from the company. The decision, announced on Sunday amid a dispute over chip technology between Washington and Beijing, could include sectors ranging from telecom to transport and finance, according to China's board definition of critical information infrastructure. The review found that Micron products have serious network security risks, which pose significant security risks to China's critical information infrastructure supply chain, affecting China's national security, the Cyberspace Administration of China said in a statement. China to reopen to tourists and resume all visa issuance. China will reopen its borders to foreign tourists for the first time in the 3 years since the COVID-19 pandemic erupted by allowing all categories of visas to be issued from Wednesday. The removal of this last cross-border control measure imposed to guard against COVID-19 come after authorities declared victory last month over the virus. Tourist industry insiders do not expect a massive influx of visitors in the short run or a significant boost to the economy in 2019. International tourism receipts accounted for only 0.9% of China's gross domestic product. But the resumption of visa issuance for tourism marks a border push by Beijing to normalize two-way travel between China and the world after an advisory urging citizens to avoid foreign travel was withdrawn in January. Areas in China that required no visa before pandemic will revert to visa-free entry, the foreign minister said on Tuesday. This will include the southern tourist island of Hainan, a long-term favorite destination among Russians, as well as cruise ships passing through Shanghai port. Visa-free entry for foreigners from Hong Kong and Macau to China's most prosperous province, Guangdong, will also resume a boon to high-end hotel popular among international business travelers. The announcement that China will resume issuing nearly all types of visa for foreigners from tomorrow is positive for Australian business whose executives would like to travel to here to visit their China-based teams, customer and supplier to explore new business opportunities in the mainland market, said Vaughan Barber, chairman of the Australian Chamber of Commerce in China. Manila Post Office fire, historic building destroyed in Philippine capital. A huge fire ripped through the historic Manila Central Post Office in the Philippine capital early on Monday. The blaze at the 1940s landmark broke out late on Sunday, the Bureau of Fire Protection said. More than 80 fire engines were sent to tackle the blaze, which took firefighters more than 7 hours to bring under control. As flames destroyed the neoclassical building overlooking the Pasig River, witnesses said the thick black smoke could be seen rising hundreds of meters into the sky. The whole building has burned down from the basement all the way to the 5th floor, Postmaster General Luis Carlos told DZBB Radio. The cause of the blaze was being investigated. He said fire brigadier from across the capital deployed personnel. One volunteer firefighter suffered minor injuries. No ID proof requisition slip needed for exchange of Rs 2000 notes in India, SBI. The State Bank of India on Sunday clarified that the facility of exchange of Rs 2000 denomination notes up to a limit of 20,000 at a time will be allowed without obtaining any requisition slip. If added that no identity proof will be required at the time of exchange either. The clarification seeks to quell doubt about the need for any form or slip at the time of exchanging or depositing 2000 notes by customers. The Reserve Bank of India on Friday announced the withdrawal of 2000 currency notes from circulation. Singapore Airlines gives staff bonus of 8 months salary after record results and pandemic sacrifices. Singapore Airlines will pay some staff a huge bonus of more than 8 months salary after posting the highest profit in its 76 years history, Bloomberg first reported. That's thanks to a long-standing annual profit sharing bonus formula that has been agreed with our staff union, a spokesperson for the airline told Insider. Eligible employees will receive a bonus of 6.65 months based on a Singapore Airlines record profit in the last financial year. The group, which includes the budget airline Scoot, reported an annual net income of $1.6 billion. There is also an additional maximum of 1.5 months salary, half of a month for each of the last 3 years, as an extra bonus which is not given to senior management. The gesture of goodwill is in recognition of our employees' dedication, hard work and sacrifices, including pay cut during the pandemic, the spokesperson said. In September 2020, its pilot agreed to take pay cut of up to 60% in a deal which saved about 400 jobs, according to Today, a Singapore newspaper. Singapore Airlines reported a total loss of $2.75 billion over the 2020 to 2022 financial year as the industry was hit by COVID-19, Bloomberg reported. As per the company, by March this year, passenger capacity for the airline group was back up to 79% of pre-COVID level, company said. The SIA Group's record financial performance for the year 2022 to 2023 is a testament to its proactive strategy initiative, preemptive preparation that was made when border remained closed, and the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices of its employees, it's added. That's all in today's headlines. Thanks for watching. If you want to receive more important headlines around the world, keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and hit the bell icon to receive notification.